Well, when we talk about these issues, first of all, we must think about the people who, of course, are going through serious trials and suffer from these terrorist acts. And, the sacred duty of the armed forces is to do everything to drive the enemy out of these territories and reliably protect our citizens. And the whole country, of course, must do everything to support the people. As for the military side of things, as I have already said, the enemy's goal was to make us nervous, make us fuss, transfer troops from one sector to another and stall our offensive on key directions, primarily in Donbass, the liberation of which is our top priority. Did they succeed? No, the enemy did not succeed. Well, first of all, our armed forces have stabilized the situation and began to gradually push it out of the border areas. And the second and most important thing is that there are no actions to contain our offensive. It's not happening. On the contrary, having thrown these border regions with us, they're sufficiently large and well-trained units. The enemy weakened itself on key directions, and our troops intensified offensive operations. It has been a long time since we've had such territorial gains. Just the day before yesterday, for example, the Vostok group, just in one blow, captured a triangle of 7 by 5 kilometers. The center group is also operating very successfully in the Donetsk-Pokrovsk direction. There, too, the gains are measured not in hundreds of meters, but in square kilometers, 4 by 5, 3 by 5, and so on, This is the second, and finally, no less important. The enemy suffers very heavy losses, both in manpower and in equipment. I will not list them now. The Ministry of Defense gives these figures, and I consider them objective because they are confirmed from several sources. And this is fraught, on the one hand, with the destruction of the front in the most important directions, but the losses can simply lead to a loss of combat capability of all the armed forces, what we are striving for. So this is a general assessment. But what happens every day, of course, the General Staff of the Ministry of Defense reports to me